Good evening. My name is Helix, and tonight I will be your raconteur of despair. Welcome to the grind. Tragedy never strikes us when we expect it. But who we are in that moment has the possibility to change the machinations of our emotions forever. Sometimes it makes us better people, makes us stronger. And sometimes the things that break us can often turn us into monsters. After an emotional event for both characters and players, a bit of time off was needed, and we pick back up tonight in the very moment of distress as we are still in the Pantheon United facility. Eve had just had a psychological and emotional break and a spiritual and magical awakening. And we had lost a tragic dear friend in a heroic act that possibly saved the lives of everyone in this facility. Now, Eve,
Yes.
in the very last moments that we ended, you were about to walk out of the bulkhead.
Mhm.
In this moment, tell us what is going through your mind.
I finally feel a sense of understanding or I believe I do, that I never quite imagined I could before. But I still have questions, and there are still things that I want and am eager for. So now, what was dread and fear and fury has turned into a sort of anticipation. And I can't wait to get through the door to uncover more. And that's what I'm thinking as I'm leaving is now the path is laid before me, and all I need to do is follow it to what feels like a destiny.
In this moment, what do you wish to look like?
She wants to look like she does when she feels the most powerful, and that would be um, not in a work uniform and not in what she's been in this whole time, which was a hoodie and a t-shirt that she's thrown on. It would be a more casual outfit, dark jeans, black shirt, black sweater, uh, but all meticulously cleaned, everything pretty much straightened but lived in. Um, there's no blood anymore. She's not injured anymore. My arms are entirely free of any mark, any proof that I was injured. I look more or less normal for once.
Gentlemen, when the bulkhead door swings open, that is the visage you see as you turn your attention from the flaming metal and melting corpses. You look left and you see Eve, different clothing, almost a different person. And I need both of you to roll unnatural notice checks. You are muted, Brendo.
13 versus 50, sorry.
Okay. Success.
92-45.
90 to 45. Okay. Damaris, when you look, you see this red vapor just kind of depressurize out of the bulkhead and just kind of, it's almost like a flood of smoke with a heavy air to it that just kind of settles down across the catwalk. And then it kind of lingers in the air, but it comes all around and before her and just spills out a bit. The scene is yours.
What in the fuck is that, Ewan?
What is what?
Do you not see that red shit everywhere?
Can I see it when he points it out?
No.
Kind of undulates like if tentacles were made of smoke
Yeah, I'm just like,
and tinged pinkish red, reddish pink.
what in the fuck is that? Is that
don't
Eve?
know. It does look like Eve. What's...
I'm gonna start walking towards the bulkhead.
I'm following.
Eve, is that
trying
you?
to see.
I approach cautiously.
Oh, you guys came in.
Well, yeah, we came in. We shot some dudes. John's pretty much dead, I'm sure.
Oh, at this point, for certain.
Yeah.
Um,
He exploded with napalm, and it was
That's
interesting. And now
unfortunate.
what's this red shit coming off of you?
Do I
What
notice?
is this?
You can see it, Eve. It's an extension of just like another limb.
I think you remember when we found that rope in the library and it turned out to be John's soul?
So that's your soul, and you're just whipping it around everywhere?
Does what it wants. But
All
I
right. I've
think
seen
more
weirder shit.
importantly we need to probably go. I don't think it's very safe for you here.
Yeah, I'd say
I
not,
would
with
agree.
people exploding with napalm and this weird shit going on.
Do you have keys to John's house?
No, no. If you want to look for them, his body's over there melting.
I don't
You-
think you're gonna get anything out of that.
His body is
I'm gonna go-
actually not melting. It's fell backwards away from the fire as he pushed the last corpse over into the melted walkway. He fell backwards. But in that moment, both of you see and hear a noise right next to you. Walking out of the bulkhead is a black cat.
Is that a fucking cat?
Do I hear it?
Looks
Yeah,
like
it's
a
right next
cat.
to you. It
What?
brushes
Do
up
I
against your
recognize
leg.
it?
You do.
Well, look at you. How did you get here? Very neat.
How did a cat get here? How did a
That's
cat
so
get in the bulkhead?
strange. Hello. Oh,
That is.
I don't know.
You know what?
But,
After everything else that's happened today, I don't really care. Can we please leave this place?
Let's
Yeah,
do that.
I should
I do
take
have
him home
one other question.
somewhere safer.
How is your arm not destroyed? Is the best way I can put it.
How did your windshield heal itself?
Still working on that. But I guess it
Can
could
I
be the same answer.
can I control the smoke tendrils and I just want them to be curling around bars and feeling things and just touching and investigating everything.
Damaris, you watch this expanding octopus-like vapor just start wrapping around the metal.
I know
You
it.
even see in some parts with your very high notice check, parts where it's wrapped around the metal, they slightly crush inward and a little bit of rust and deterioration.
Just crack.
So I'm ready when you
Very
guys are. Let's start walking
Um,
back the way we came.
Well, come on, my handsome
Yeah, I'm
boy.
gonna-
Let's go.
Keep my distance from Eve right now and start walking a little bit quicker.
I'm just
About to be in a car with her.
strolling about.
I might call an Uber.
So-
Actually, well, I'm gonna
Eve-
check John's body real quick.
Hmm.
I want to see if he has keys. I don't really care to go clean up my place. And if Uranus needs somewhere to stay, I could toss him in John's house. That'd be nice. And maybe grab something useful while I'm there. So,
You walk up the turn and then up the stairs. Eve, does anyone follow?
No, I'm already walking.
Yes,
towards
just
the
to make
door.
sure she doesn't do anything fucky, considering I'm not... What's going through my mind right now is this isn't Eve, because it's such a drastic change, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to keep an eye on her for a minute.
So you are hanging back as... How close is Ewan?
I'm probably at this point down the one flight of stairs. Like I'm on my way out the door.
You're not going up to see Jonathan?
No.
Okay. We'll get to you in a moment. Eve, you see a burnt shell of a man, riddled with bullets, bleeding everywhere. But he is across from you about 8 feet, and in front of you is a large broken gap in the walkway that's still partially melting metal. His eyes have been burnt out. His mouth is burnt out. And he is just shredded on the chest. Still smoking. Still bleeding.
Yours had to hurt more, didn't it? You probably deserved it, Johnny. I would like my my smoke tendrils to kind of gather before me and weave into one another, form a sort of bridge over the gap if they can.
Mm-hmm. Damaris, you see her walk across this walkway like it was still there. You see a mixture of red vapor
Great.
and sinuous veins, like, basically bind themselves into the walkway.
Yeah. I'm going to go to the car.
I'll be right there.
I am thoroughly fucking freaked out by everything that's happening.
You turn around and go?
Yeah.
Okay. In this moment, I'm going to have to ask you to make a stress check. And this is going to be an attack on your unnatural. If you have anything that defends it with that, you can use that. So if you look, it'll say attacks with and defends with. You need to roll what defends with, unless you have an identity that will work.
Ooh, 47 of 35.
Okay. You can mark a failed on your unnatural.
Sure.
And you have 3 choices in this moment. You can fight, flee, or freeze.
I'm
Flee?
going to the car. Yeah, I'm going to the car.
Okay. So when you flee, describe to us exactly what you're afraid of.
Her in general right now. Just saw her do some really crazy fucking shit without even moving, without even doing anything. She's, as far as I know, warping everything around me. So I am kind of panicky, but I'm like taking off at a brisk fucking walk. Just like, yeah, I'll see you at the car. Bye.
Okay.
Interesting. So, for the next few moments, you are terrified of Eve. Eve.
Yep.
When you get to Jonathan's body, what are you doing?
Well, I don't want to touch it. It still looks hot. It's smoking. Um, the tendrils, they've done their job, so I'll have them rummage through the pockets, just see if anything catches that they can pull free. They're an extension of me, so I think of them like tiny little fingers, just poking around and seeing.
I'm going to have to ask you to make a stress check.
Sure.
Do you have any identity that will defend against isolation?
I do.
You may roll that to protect it, or you may roll what you need to defend in terms of abilities, whichever is higher. Some have benefits, some do not.
Isolation would defend with connect, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. No, this is higher. I'm going to roll this.
Okay.
55 versus 45.
Okay. Describe to us, Eve, what it's really like inside your mind right now. As you know, you've completely lost Jonathan. The one person that saved you. And then, as you realize in this moment, saved you again.
Of fucking course, he had to go and be the hero. He had to go and save everybody. He had to go and get himself fucking killed. But this had to have all been part of the plan. If I had to lose Nell, then of course I had to lose John, and it makes sense that his would have to be more painful. This fits him better. Nell didn't deserve it, and that's why hers was fast and merciful, and John probably did, and that's why his wasn't. And it's not so much rage or sorrow as it is just disappointed acceptance and resignation. But this is the way it had to be for him, for me to get where I am.
This is a moment of feeling extremely alone.
That I have to be alone. This loneliness is mine, and I have to have it because that's the price of the job I have to do and the fate I have.
Okay.
That's why I had to take everybody away. I have to be alone.
In Jonathan's pockets, which is what you're going through, correct?
Yep.
You find his wallet. You find keys to his vehicle. And you don't find much else. You see him still clutching his cane sword.
Is it melted?
No?
Can I take it?
Yeah?
I'll take it.
In this moment, you feel every single thing he just felt.
Oh.
You just relived it as it was happening to you. You feel the pain, you feel the bullets, you feel the sadness of a doomed man taking his last action to write his final chapter. And then you feel your own soul burn out as fire rushes from within you and flames consume your vision. You wake up laying down. It takes a few seconds for you to come back, but you're clutching the cane sword.
Honey, you weren't saying, huh, Johnny?
You look around and all of the metal of the caging in the walkway, it's bent and twisted in so many different directions, and it's corroded and crushed.
Gonna grab his wallet and his keys and shake my head towards the door. Just shaken and a little unnerved.
You walk back across this sinuous vapor and head down the stairs out the door. As you're heading towards the door, you hear...
Fuck. Can I tell where it's coming from?
outside.
Shit. Where the direction that the guys went?
Yes.
God damn it. Okay, I'm gonna rush that way. Be
Okay.
on the lookout for anybody along my path.
It's a very short distance to the door.
Okay.
Gentlemen.
So we're being shot at.
Ewan walks out, and Damaris quickly follows behind. Damaris, you are muted and your cam is covered, just so you know. Both of you walk out, and you immediately see 4 black Hummers converged in a diamond shape adjacent to your vehicle. And there are 14 armed men in Pantheon United uniforms with AK-47s. They look at you and they are aiming their weapons at you. And the one in front sprays the ground as you run out. You get down! You get down now!
How far from the door am I?
You ran about 15 feet before you realized, oh shit, there's people.
I mean, I was walking fairly calmly. I wasn't trying to run to escape the building, I mean.
You have to walk around the corner of the building, and then you see it. But it's a large, kind of a carport, but made for industrial trucks. And you walk around, and then there is the parking lot.
Is there anything in my immediate vicinity I could use for cover?
Unfortunately, there is not.
Fuck. How far behind is there anyone else, I guess, with me directly?
Damaris is about 8 feet behind you, as he sees the same thing you do.
I go to my knees, and I'm not all the way on the ground, but I'm on the knees with my hands like this, just
Okay.
staring at this point.
Damaris, what are you doing?
I see him do that, and I'm like, what are you... I just kind of duck around, I guess.
They shoot in the direction you duck.
Yeah, I'm just gonna come out, hands up, and then walk up to Ewan and get on the ground.
A few minutes later, they're standing there just waiting for, you're not sure, directions, something else to happen. They don't speak yet. But your keen ears allow you to hear the door behind you open, where Eve would be walking out.
Not even going to turn. I'm just going to continue to stare at them. Or, well, the one who shot directly at my feet.
I ain't saying shit.
You see the other ones tense up and aim at you. And some of the ones in the back start screaming, and you think you hear Russian.
Excellent.
And the one in the front is like, down! Get down! You get down now!
Well, I am down.
Eve, what are you doing?
So, do I see the men that have my friends held at gunpoint?
Yes, you see 4 black Hummers, and they are adjacent to Ewan's vehicle. And in front of that is a line of 14 men with AK-47s.
Okay. So I'm.
They are about 30 feet away.
What happens if I begin to walk?
They tense up, start to scream as they're screaming at you to get down already.
Okay. So I'll stop, and I speak a bit of Russian. Can I say to them in Russian what seems to be the problem?
Roll connect.
Okay. Two over 30.
Oh. Okay. They are a little stunned to hear that language. And you have a moment of pause with all of them. This will give you a chance to react.
Have my tendrils come with me?
Yes, you are still fully awakened in this moment.
Okay. I would like a tendril per person. Just let them go to town, and it starts at the feet, naturally. They just sort of crawl out. Go ahead. Sorry.
Just to be clear, you have access to all of your capabilities. This includes
All of them.
This includes a major.
I have a major.
You can use all of them at free will for the next, well, now it's 6 minutes.
6 minutes. So you're saying I can use my major?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Then I would like to use it.
You can use anything from your list. And
Don't hurt my car.
you can use your major as well.
Yeah, I am actually. Because I'm in this current state for 6 more minutes, it doesn't cost any of my charges?
You don't even have to roll.
Awesome. Then I would like to definitely use one. Instead of them, I'd like to just have the. Go ahead. Do you want me to name the spell? That's what I was debating too.
You can name the spell. I just recommend a major. Just because you
Okay.
can.
Yeah, that's true. Because I can, and when else am I going to be able to? Yeah,
Right.
I'm going to use my major. That's exciting.
What is this called?
I march before a martyred world. That is my major magic. The tendrils before, where they had looked like smoke, they start to come into a more almost liquid-like being. They look and feel, if touched, almost like a gel. It's thicker, darker, somehow seems angry. Even though it doesn't have a face, it can't form emotions. But even being near you, you just feel the things you hate the most choking at your throat. But it passes around you in a pool, in a nice circle. You guys are spared. Doesn't get within 2 feet of you, but it pools at the feet of every other person that you see here. Starts at their ankles. At first, it feels like a burn, and then like ice, as it just crawls up flesh and seems to slide into holes in fabric and into their skin, just covering these people with what now looks like a living, breathing pool of blood that I'm controlling, just with delicate finger motions, like so. And you can see around my hand there is that fine mist that um, the tendrils had been before. It doesn't quite touch my skin. Nothing does. Like you, there's almost an aura of cleanliness and calm around me, but then it fades out. And when these people are engulfed by these tendrils, they stop yelling, they stop pointing guns, and as quickly as they were overtaken, it all sort of sucks back out of them. And to me, you see everything just gather around me and crawl up me and my body like it did them, absorbs into my skin like premium lotion, and just leaves my face, hands looking soft and white as ever. And the gentlemen, they drop their weapons, don't seem to understand why they were holding them in the first place, and look at each other, look at me. One pulls a knife out of his pocket and slashes his own throat, falls dead. Then another, then another. Somebody has a handgun, shoots his friend in the head. Another has a handgun, shoots himself. And, in about 30 seconds, we're standing in a pool of 14 bodies and unharmed. Guys, come on. We have places to go. You can't sit around all day. Nothing's gonna get
Yeah,
done.
get right on that.
Well, I guess that's a faster way.
I need both of you all to make rank
Oh.
7 violence checks. This is a stress check.
Sorry.
Ooh,
So what do I actually roll for that then?
what I'm saying.
On your violence meter, attacks with and defends with. So you will defend with.
Yeah, struggle. Okay. Cool. Cool. Hey. 7 versus 35.
43 of
sarcastic
55.
is the best answer.
Were you supposed to roll fitness?
Then with fitness, violence.
Oh, defend with. I'm sorry, I attacked with the wrong one. I was supposed to
Oh.
roll fitness too.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on.
I didn't
My
know.
fault. Yeah, I failed that one. 83.55.
You are going to mark a failed on your violence meter.
Yeah, I figured.
And you have 3 choices. Fight, flee, or freeze.
Well, I'm gonna fight it, and I'm gonna do that based on being, just from being a cop and everything else I've already seen up to this point. I'm not gonna run. I'm not gonna. I have no reason to be so afraid that these people are about to shoot me because, well, they're fucking dead. So I'm trying to logic it in my mind. I'm trying
So-
to make myself
What are you going to fight?
my own brain telling me that I just witnessed something that should not be allowed to happen, that should not ever happen, something that should terrify
sorry.
me, but
I'm sorry.
based on what I've already seen.
Let me clarify. You failed this check.
Yes.
If you choose to fight, you are fighting the source of that fear or stress until it is destroyed. The source of that is Eve.
And I guess I'm freezing, because I know I wouldn't be stupid enough to try to fight her after what I've seen. Freeze would be my only other option.
Okay. And Damaris, you still got to see these tendrils. You didn't.
Yeah, I never do.
You just saw them drop their guns, pull out knives and handguns, start killing each other and killing themselves. And Damaris, you saw this red mass of vapor and veins wrap and envelop you, and then just tear into these people and then dissipate and come back. Did you bother to look behind you? Okay.
No.
You know
I was panicking.
you know what was behind you. And you saw it just reach out. Okay. Everything comes at a cost. I'm going to compress time for Eve's perception.
Okay.
Eve, when you absorbed this hatred, this malice, this pure rage and death and violence from 14 men, and then left them with apathy and despair. When you absorb it, your vision goes black. And you are back in the basement furnace, that blasting furnace of the bulkhead. Except you're not yourself, or at least you're not standing where you were. You're holding the crankshaft to that wire that's holding that very large slab of concrete. No one else is in the room except you and Nell.
I do what I have to do. And I pull the lever. And I watch.
As an audience, we would see Eve's face absorb blood in reverse into her eyes, into her face, and into her skin as she stares forward. And it looks like she just lost her soul. And then puts a smile back on her face. Scene is yours. What do you wish to do?
Well, come on now. We have to get going. It's not going to solve anything standing here all day. And I'm just going to
You see
start walking towards them.
What in
You
the
s-
fuck just happened?
Damaris flips out, but you see Ewan is like shaking, stiff, staring forward.
Guys, come on.
Hey,
No one's shooting.
Ewan.
You can stand back up. Come on.
I go over and pull on you, and I'm like, "Hey, we gotta go. Come on."
I'm going to go over and try and help him up. Come on.
You see Ewan jerk away from you when you reach to him, Eve. He just kind of reflexes.
I know it was loud, but geez. I've got
What?
the cat in one arm and like the sword in the other.
What just happened? Just stop right now. We'll leave. We'll
She
leave
murdered
after
a
you
bunch of
say-
people. That's what just happened. Now we gotta get the fuck out of here. Police get here.
I
Right?
made peace so that you didn't get hurt.
Peace. No, I'm not complaining one bit. Don't get me wrong. Thank you for keeping us from getting shot. That would have sucked.
Yeah, I thought so.
But let's get the
So
fuck
let's
outta
get
here.
going. Yeah.
I'm not trying to complain. I realize, but I'm not as worried about the police, considering it's not like there's a lot of fucking people around here. My question is what just happened.
Yeah,
If
we'll
you
figure
want
that
to
out.
calmly explain it, then we will leave. I agree that we should, especially considering there are bodies everywhere. But
How
first,
about we get
I
in the
would like to
car
know
and
what
I'll
just
explain
happened.
on the way. Would that be okay? We'll get in the car. I'll explain as we go. Because
Did you do this?
did
Yes
I
or
do
no?
what?
Did these people, did you kill them?
Well, I didn't. They did.
Were you responsible for it? Yes or no?
I'm not responsible for them. I don't understand why.
I'm asking you a question. And then we can leave. And this is a simple one too, because there's a lot more explaining done. This part's pretty simple. Are you responsible for what just occurred?
A lot of things just occurred. But
Straight answer, yes or no.
I wish I could say yes, but no. There's something bigger at work than me.
Okay. That's all I asked for. Let's go.
Okay.
Are you getting my
Oh.
car?
As you're walking, you have to walk
Can I roll
over.
something?
Yes. What would you like to roll?
Can I my don't know if it would be either Detective or Ex-Cop 1 to hear the deceit in her voice, because you know it's there.
Is
Eve,
it?
were you lying?
No. I didn't cause all of this. I have a
That
part.
wasn't my
Everyone
question.
has a part. You said,
But
am I
that
responsible for what happened?
just happened to these people in front of us. That's what I'm referring to.
Oh,
So,
yes.
okay.
Bluntness.
I was going to resolve that mechanically, but okay.
Okay, so again, there will be more explaining, but we'll do that in a minute.
Hey,
Let's
check
get out
the
of
game chat.
I saw.
If you would rather be shot,
That's
gosh.
not what I said, and I didn't say I wasn't grateful. I'm glad to not have a bullet in the head, assuming their aim was good enough for that. We'll never know. Not the point. I'm glad they're dead. That's not at all what I'm saying. Let's go. I would like some more explanation for this. And I get
So
in my
would
car.
I.
So, as you're walking in this pile of blood, stepping over these corpses to get to your car, two things happen.
Like they do.
Mm-hmm. The cop in you says maybe you should investigate the scene, check the vehicles, see what they're all about, since their bodies are intact. And the other thing
Oh, that's
happens
fair.
is all of your phones vibrate.
Oh,
Look at my phone.
yeah, I'm looking at my phone. What's going on?
You all get the same text message from the glitch number. It says, "My condolences and congratulations. I warned you, stay together.
Probably could have done that, but it is what it is. So the guys themselves, if I look through, I'm just gonna start with one and then gesture at the other two, at even Damaris, and just kind of start looking through one's pockets and things and kind of gesture at them to kind of, point out that there's 14 and I shouldn't be doing this all on my own.
Ah, fuck, he does have a point. We don't even know why they're after.
Probably be better
Alright.
for him not to, just.
The more
Keep
information we
coming.
have on these guys, the better. And I walk towards the nearest body and start going through the pockets.
Okay, this is going to be
I'll help out.
notice checks.
$54.
I'm not even sure I'm looking through pockets. 9346.
34.55.
Can I
83.
flip my details?
If y'all want to use, this is a new session.
Oh, can I flip it?
Does it apply? Any of your
Does
stuff
for me.
apply? Okay.
I'm trying to think if I can make it.
So, in order to flip and use any of those passions, you have to narratively describe that action and roleplay it out.
Well, I start thinking about the fact that I almost died 3 fucking times within like a half hour. And I start just sifting through this dude's pockets, just absolutely just focused. I am basically obsessed with anything, even like the tiniest little thing. I find a bunch of lint, I find a bunch of like paper clips, I find a flash drive. I mean, I don't know what any of it is.
You find. Let's see. Ewan, did you flip yours?
I'm trying to figure out if I can apply one of these.
Okay, well, you think about that and I'll get to Damaris. Damaris, you find Russian passports. and you find a series of bus tickets, and then you find keys,
Fuck yeah, 40.
and then you find very old burner phone.
A Nokia.
Yeah, it's like,
Interesting.
I mean, in terms of tech, it's ancient.
I checked the number on the phone. Like the most recent called. See if there's any text.
There are no recent calls or texts.
Okay. Any
But
outgoing?
there is one number
Okay.
in the like the contacts.
Mhm.
Just one number. And it's not even labeled with a name.
Okay, I'm gonna write that down on my phone.
Okay.
So if I go, sorry.
Oh, you're good. I'm gonna. Did he have a wallet or anything? He had
No,
a passport, but did
he
he have
just no wallet.
Okay, so we don't even know if they're like landed recently or because they still have euros. I'd assume they landed. You know.
If you want to look at the passport,
Yes.
the date of arrival is today.
So, hey Eve.
Hmm.
Who'd you pissed off that's Russian?
Hmm.
They were boots on the ground today after our asses, for whatever reason.
I think I might have an
And
idea.
considering your drastic change, I was gonna say I think you know exactly what's going on. Fill us in.
Not
at any point.
exactly. Well, as I said, I was going
Right.
to
Right now isn't
explain
the
more
time.
in
It's
the
okay.
car.
No, you just keep doing you. Keep keeping guys from shooting us right now. Then.
Okay.
Does anyone want to check the car?
With my role, I'll check the cars.
Okay.
Can I flip my numbers based on my noble or redemption? The fact that I just, at the same time as Mars nearly died, but I should have been better than that the entire time. I should have not let Jonathan die, essentially die for us.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
what do you want to search specifically?
I'm searching the guy that was talking, the one that was clearly in the lead, the one that shot at the ground at my feet, the one that did not, that started the nonsense, that we'll call it for now.
Okay.
Nonsense.
You find also a passport, and you find keys. You don't find bus tickets. You do find a wallet.
Go through it.
The wallet has several different credit cards in it, but it doesn't have an ID in it.
Same or different names, cards.
Different names on the cards.
Any of them match the passport?
No. And you find euros, and you find American money, and you even find a little Canadian money in the wallet.
The credit cards, are they American credit cards?
Yes.
We're definitely planning to come here. And the passport the same as far as landed today?
A week before.
So they didn't all get here today. At least this guy didn't. whatever was set up was planned. It's been planned. I don't know, like, the passport itself, did they go, or did he go specifically to Canada before he came to the US?
Yes.
And he got to the US 1 week ago. How
Yes.
long was he in Canada?
About 2 months.
This was planned. This has been planned. These other guys don't matter. This guy is the, well, he's probably not the leader, but he's definitely the one that orchestrated this. I don't know why Canada first. I'm not saying we should, like, go to Canada or anything, but we need to find out why Canada first at some point. Put that on the back burner for now. I imagine the rest of these guys have passports and most likely landed today. This guy is different.
Yes.
He's the only one that would have got away unnoticed. Because, you can't have 14 guys show up. It would be noticeable.
If you check the
One
other
guy.
passports, you see they landed at different airports.
Oh, yeah. But today
Mhm.
is when they got to the US, yeah. Which airport did he land at?
New Athens.
They have a base of operations somewhere in the city, and we need to find it. Something tells me it's not here. Well, we need to leave. How close is this place within city? Like, the gunshots that were just happening, would those have been heard by anyone?
The industrial district is about, you've got about 10 miles before you would hit any type of business
What day
building.
is it?
It is Tuesday.
Are there any buildings between us and the other buildings, the other businesses, the other anything?
Just other miscellaneous factories, nothing too serious, mostly storage buildings for Pantheon United. This is a very large facility that's spread out. So there's a lot of it's like an industrial sector of the city. So you've got a
So,
very large breadth of open space.
would I be okay to assume that no one would have heard the gunshots in the parking lot?
Yes.
Okay. Guys, let's search these vehicles. Anything we can find that might lead us back to where their base of operations is in the city, because they definitely have one.
On it.
So
Start taking pictures of the license plates.
okay.
Send those to me, please.
And best I can of each and every one of their faces. And their passports, just in case.
Man, I'm gonna have. Well, what is your violence rank notches?
I said if I can use their face.
I know, but what?
That means if it's not
How many
torn
hard
up or
notches do you
fucked-
have?
Which one? Violence?
Yeah.
Two.
How many dead faces are you gonna look at?
Yeah, you're gonna have to make a violence check.
What if
I
only
can
do a
take the
couple?
pictures if I see him taking them to begin with. If he stops doing it, I can take the rest of them.
Okay. So, what was your
I'm
question,
just
Devon?
gonna take like one and then. Ewan, can you?
Yes.
Can
I'll
you?
do that.
Yeah, I can't.
It's just
We
a
have
body. I do
pictures-
this
Oh,
for a
God.
living. I can take them if you want.
If
Yeah,
I
you do it if you want.
if I compare
Holy shit.
their passport pictures to their pictures, is it the same? Of fucking course not. Yeah, we're gonna need pictures of their faces, so I can take pictures of their faces, even if you will search the vehicles.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna just take pictures of the passports instead of their faces.
I'm taking their passports.
I just want pictures of them.
Are you taking all
if you
of
don't
them?
mind.
Oh yeah.
Okay. That takes you a few minutes to gather the passports and
While
take
I'm
pictures of their
gathering the
faces.
passports, I'll take pictures.
Yeah. Okay. So Eve, you're searching the vehicles. Damaris, what are you doing?
Asking Ewan for those passports so I can take a picture of the insides.
Okay, so you're passing. Okay, so Eve is the only one
Yeah,
searching
that's
the
fine.
vehicles, right?
Right now.
All right, let's get to Eve. Eve, you are opening the first vehicle. It's black on the outside and then black leather interior. And you see just this almost looks military. But it's not a it looks private military.
Okay.
So you've got basically tactical gear set up inside the vehicle. You see plates that are reinforced inside, and a couple shotguns between the seats, and you see a GPS panel next to the steering wheel, and in the back seat you see a silver rounded briefcase.
I'm gonna reach for the briefcase.
Okay.
Can I open it? Does it have a lock on it?
It's not locked.
I'd like to open it.
There are thick stacks of $50 bills.
Nifty. I'll close the briefcase and take it.
Okay.
Is that the only thing I find of note in the car?
Yeah, it's pretty clean. Like it was just set up today, but set up for this specific purpose to come here.
Paid in advance.
Like there, you don't even really see dust or like wear and tear dirt on the floorboards. It's like they have these vehicles cleaned and ready to go for one use.
Interesting. Would I be able to find the keys to this vehicle if I searched?
Ewan found some keys. Damaris found some keys. It's easy enough to find the keys to the vehicles, yes.
Hey, if we want to switch out and have some more room and get out of,
I'd be okay with armored plating.
I'm not leaving my car. But there are 4,
Alright.
so we can take 2 of them. But make sure the 2 that we leave are searched and left empty.
well, I don't think it would behoove us to split up.
Probably
It
right.
wouldn't.
Probably not.
We didn't listen the first time, and look what happened.
Yeah. So,
I'm not leaving my car.
As I glare at Eve.
certainly not.
Okay.
Well,
Do you want to look at the other vehicles?
I do. I'd like to search all of them.
You find the same thing in each vehicle.
Can I snag one of those shotguns, though?
Yeah, I'm gonna relay the information. Just be like, well, armor plating, lots of weapons, tons of money.
I'm gonna take
Pretty-
all of the GPSs.
You're going to take what of the GPSs?
I'm gonna
All 4.
take the GPSs.
So this is more of a military GPS. So it's bolted into the dash.
Any USB ports or anything?
There are USB ports to hook up to it. So you have the tools because you always have tools. You would have to unbolt this from the dash, and it
Yeah, that's fine.
might take you a good 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay. I'm
'Cause
gonna
it-
take the GPSs because I want to know where they came from.
Yeah. So the back shielding, it's made to be bulletproof, and it's heavy. So you see him
Okay.
take this apart, and it weighs at least 50 pounds.
I'm just gonna turn one of the cars on so the GPS comes on, and plug in with my phone.
It turns on.
Gonna plug into it with my phone, and then run a couple programs that I can send you personally if you want, IRL. But and find out exactly all the EXIF data and the data just where it's been so far.
So you want to make a cyberpunk roll?
Yes, sir. I want to at least attempt it. Haven't got to yet. In earnest.
I am still going to take the GPSs because if that information is that easy
Oh.
for
I rolled
you
a
to get.
1.
Oh.
Let me see. Let me see.
Okay.
Let me see.
1v25.
That is indeed a 1.
How?
You sure did.
That is kind of amazing.
Interesting. For those who cannot see the 1, it will come up next time they roll, so don't freak out. It's there. I checked.
So while
Else
I'm
can make it up
unbolting,
there.
can I glance over and see what Damaris is doing?
There we go.
Ignore that. I put it on screen.
Yeah.
So I just kind of yell at him. Can you wipe him?
Oh, I gotta figure out what this entailed first.
So as
Well,
he
yeah.
asks that, yeah, you get a lot of information.
Oddly enough, it's all in ones and zeros. Huh?
No, you get more information than you previously should have, because these have been wiped. But normally when things get wiped, there's still leftover log data that
There's still bits and pieces in the fucking temp data, my man. All you gotta do is be able to reassemble it.
Yep. And that's kind of what your phone does. And you trace this GPS to a location. And what you realize is it's been used maybe twice. And it's hooked up to a satellite that got direction orders sent to it from Russia.
Oh! Hey boys, the commies are after us for some reason. Eve, what in the fuck did you do? Like, legitimately, the Russian government is after us. What did you do? And
It's
no, I'm
not
not
the
gonna wipe it. I
government.
just broke into what the fuck they wanted.
You know it's
Yeah,
not.
no, that's.
You know it's not government. You know that it was sent from a private IP.
I'm being sarcastic when I
I know.
saying
I'm
that
just
one.
wanted to be specific
Um,
because the other
I'm-
information you get
Hmm.
is you get directions sent from a boat on its way here.
Are we at a port? We're at a port, aren't we?
There's a river that runs through
Oh shit.
the center
Hey
of
guys, we gotta get the fuck out of here. There's a boat coming for us, and doesn't look good.
that was the boat directions were sent a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I thought you meant now.
No. The directions sent today were from the boat, but they were okay. There was two. One to take it to a facility. So there is another facility in the city. And then the second directions were sent from the boat to the facility to take you to the Pantheon United location. That was today.
Okay, scratch that. There's someone on a boat who is sending them directions. Sorry, I misread the data there.
Damaris, the reason I asked you.
I didn't see that the timestamp right there. You see.
Do you
The
happen
reason-
to have coordinates for that?
I might be able to trace it back.
If you get them, send them to me.
The
Can I
reason
Can I see
that
if I can?
With a 1?
asked you.
Cool.
The reason I asked you if you could wipe them is more so no one else that finds this, call it a scene here, has any way to find out what we know now.
I don't think this really concerns anybody but us.
Except that there are 14 bodies here, and no matter what, the cops might care.
Those GPS have nothing to do with us. That's what I'm saying. They have nothing to do with us. It doesn't matter what we do. Let them catch on to what they're doing, because that might impede what they're doing, is what I'm saying. There's no point in wiping. Those are two separate entities, the cops and these guys.
You can also turn off the locator for the one you're working on. So if you take it, they won't know where it's at. Because it has a low jack. The vehicles have a low jack. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can or he can.
Damaris can. You can turn off
let
the
me
low
disable the
jack.
track.
Yeah. A point of order.
Can
I
you
just
turn off the-
remembered. In the back of the Hummers, you also find 10 grenades, pineapple grenades in each Hummer, and 5 bricks of C4 in each Hummer.
The fuck were they about to do? If you can turn off the low jack for it, then we can take that GPS, and if anything else comes to it, then it'll go to that one as well.
Yes.
Do that, and I'll unbolt it, and we'll take it with us. At least we'll know when they're coming for us.
I mean, true. Or we could just take this whole ass truck.
I like
That
that
would require
idea.
us to split up. But I mean,
can
the
follow
two of
right
you can
behind.
ride in it, and I can follow you.
I'd like to try and convince him to leave his car behind.
Good
Ooh,
luck.
I don't know about that. That car is his
So
obsession.
this is
But
going.
I can try.
This is going to be a relationship role,
You ever beat your
or-
head against a brick wall?
or
You can try that too.
I'll let you make a choice. This is either relationship, connect, or if you are you trying to deceive him or convince him?
Convince.
Okay, so connect, knowledge, or relationship role. You can choose.
Okay, let me see what my knowledge is.
Do I defend with the opposite?
If she's successful.
72 versus 55. Let me see if I can learning more. Would my fear actually work to
What
flip
is your
those?
fear?
Not having control over my own movement.
It's a very specific fear.
My own movement or my own location.
That is an awesome fear to have in this situation.
Yes.
It's like you build it specifically for when the situation builds up, you know?
I did not, but
Okay, so that does apply, but you're gonna have to do some heavy mental gymnastics to justify this RP that you're about to unleash on Ewan.
I'm
So
a
what is
few.
that? What does the score take it to?
let me see.
If you flip, is it
27.
Okay, oh, sorry. Your fear lets you re-roll. It doesn't let you flip it.
Oh, okay. Okay, then let me re-roll. 21 versus 25.
That's even better.
Or
Okay.
55, excuse me.
So, Ewan,
Yep.
you can defend this, but it is a roll.
What is it?
It's going to be your. Let's see. You rolled the relationship roll.
Yeah.
Do you have a relationship marker for Eve?
I don't think so.
Is her name up on the top?
Nope.
Okay. So you can either do connect or your grease monkey.
Connect it is. 7 out of 45.
Ooh. Okay.
So, show us how this plays out, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay. So, I mean, it would only make sense for us all to take the car that has military grade equipment in it. That would be the safer option, don't you think?
I'm not leaving my car here. Especially not with 14 bodies surrounding it, because, well, that just seems dumb. If we don't want this to be traced back to us, it's probably a good idea that I don't leave the thing that is absolutely mine here, and also, I'm not leaving my car here.
It's a fair enough point. Okay.
But I'm not saying we shouldn't take it. I'm saying I can follow right behind.
If you think that'll work.
I think it's a better option than leaving my car here.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna look at Damaris. Would you like to drive or would you like me to drive?
You're muted.
You can drive. I'm actually gonna ride with him. Just because I don't know you that well and you kind of scare me right now, if I'm being dead honest. So
I don't mind my own company.
I was like, got you.
Do you want to
I
follow?
mean, you do
me, or
have the
want me to
cat,
follow?
to be honest.
I mean, it's true. So maybe before we go, where are we going?
Ignore that.
Oh God.
I was like, shit.
I was about to be like, I shut the fucking door because I'm still in there with the GPS.
I'm gonna take the, can you disable the load jack in the GPS of the car I'm going to take?
That should be this one, but yeah.
Okay. Well, because I know you're taking one, correct?
No, I'm riding with Ewan. I'm not driving. I suck at
No.
driving.
No. I mean, you're taking a GPS.
Not if we take the whole Hummer. I'm not going to take the GPS if we take the whole thing.
Okay. So then I'll just disable the low jack. I'll take this. I suppose.
So I just kind of I get out of the driver's seat, walk over to Ewan's car, and I'm like, all right, can we get the fuck out of here now, please?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Call me.
Where are we going?
Ewan, get her number.
I have her number. Where are we going?
Do you want to regroup at the library?
We need to go where this all started.
We do, but I don't know how good of an idea it is to. Well, I guess the vehicle's not low jacked anyway.
Well, we could also ask the librarian if he knows anything about what's up with Eve. Was kind of my line of thinking too.
Why don't we do this? Follow me, and I'm going to drop my car off, and then we will ride together to the library, and then go from there.
That works.
I can tell you more about what I am than Octavius can.
Ewan.
Well,
fair.
When those words leave your lips, you need to make a grease monkey roll.
Oh no.
4 versus 20.
Okay, Ewan.
There's a twinge of pain.
Oh, I'm aware.
In
I
your
don't
heart.
want to leave my car.
When those words leave your lips.
The last time we split up, I'm trying to stay alive as much as I am anything else, and I have a feeling, and I don't know for certain, but I do have a pretty strong feeling about what keeping my car in the line of danger is going to do. So putting it in a safer place is a good idea. So I can drop it off at the garage that I used to work on it, and keep it closed. So at least the car is safe, which is a weird thing to say, but is also how I feel about it.
Okay.
I'll follow you to the garage then.
Okay. I get in the car and head towards the garage.
Just don't speed and drive carefully.
I don't understand. You only have a vehicle, suitcases of cash, and a lot of weapons in it. I don't understand why you don't want to. Of course I'm going to drive safely. Close the door.
Also, I'd like to take a moment to take all of the suitcases full of money an extra weaponry, because why not? If I'm going to take a car, I'm going to load it up.
Yo, can I have one of those stacks though?
You can have whatever you like,
Oh,
whatever
sweet.
you
Thank you.
need. I
We can
mean,
divvy this up later.
Yeah,
Why don't we
I'm just
work
grabbing a
together?
stack in the meantime because I'm like, man,
it
I'm
just
hungry as
feels
hell.
smarter than leaving it here
Pull through the McDonald's drive-through.
with all this
In an armored
weaponry.
Hummer. Yo, give me 2 McDoubles.
Can I get a large fry?
2 McDoubles and a fat stack of $50 bills. You can have a meal, buddy.
We can get you a Happy Meal.
Yeah, a
Wow.
whole ass Happy Meal. You could buy a McDonald's franchise.
Alright, so we're heading to the garage.
Yep.
Okay.
On the way there, I'm just gonna kind of sort of try to talk through with Damaris what the fuck just happened. Especially
Yo,
considering I saw
wait.
it
What day is it, Ewan?
Tuesday.
Dude, Chick-fil-A's open. Swing through there.
What?
I'm hungry as hell.
I
We're not
want
gonna-
Chick-fil-A.
We're not gonna swing through. There's an armored car following us that could potentially, if pulled over for any reason, result in a cop's death. Speaking of deaths,
It would most assuredly and result in a cop's death.
so you have to understand why I'm, not gonna do that. But what just happened?
I'm still kind of trying to decompress from that. I know what happened, but I don't know what happened. You know what I mean?
I mean, as much as I do, I guess, but
What I saw didn't make sense. What happened didn't make any goddamn sense at all. And yeah,
what do you mean what you saw?
bro, she has like red tendrils coming out of everywhere. It is creepy as fuck. And they just kind of fuck people up, and it reminds me of some Japanese manga I read once, which was terrifying. Something about an elf flying or something.
Like, what? I just assumed there was some sort of weird telekinesis thing. Red tendrils?
Yeah, bro, you. Holy shit. Oh, they literally just like do anything. They acted as a walkway for her at one point. It was hella fucking creepy, and I was like, no, I'm out. And that's whenever we got shot out the first time, and then all of a sudden she comes out and uses them to Tokyo Ghoul all their asses.
All right.
The red
That's fine.
tendrils just shooting everywhere. It was horrifying.
At least she's
So
on our
sorry,
side.
sorry if I'm a little bit freaked out. Yeah,
No.
our side maybe. Fuck, I don't
She's
even know if
on-
that's Eve, man.
She's on a side, and it's not murdering us yet. So.
I mean, yeah, true.
And at the very least is listening to reason to an extent. I mean, no more than she ever did, but to an extent.
I mean, yeah, she's been fairly reasonable, far more reasonable than she was previously.
I guess it's because she knows she can just murder us.
Exactly. That's the scary part. Yeah.
Cool.
So about that Chick-fil-A, can we at least eat that one before we die? Like, you realize within 24 hours we've almost died. 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5. I need 2 hands at this point, Ewan. You know, look, man. It's a bit much, all right.
About halfway through your drive, the adrenaline wears off all of you. As you're lulled into the traffic of the city, fatigue begins to set in, and you realize how shaken up and tired your bodies really are. As you begin to feel the pain, Damaris, you realize that your shoulder still has a hole through it.
Yeah.
and you feel that pain now, but you're also experiencing the extreme pain of hunger since you haven't ate, and the absolute almost pass out exhaustion since you haven't been to sleep, and you are also crashing from an energy drink. All of you are hunger stricken, completely exhausted, as the total normal drive through the city
Yo,
is unobstructed.
You know what wouldn't be conspicuous to have a fucking armored truck outside of? And I honest to God mean this, Waffle House. We need to go to Waffle House.
I do need food.
That
Probably
shit
some
is normal
coffee.
as hell at one of those. They wouldn't even bat an eye. You know how much weird shit they see per day?
I'm calling Eve.
Eve, your phone rings.
Okay. So, calling you
Hey
while
Eve,
driving. Put it on
so we were
speakerphone.
talking it over, and the only place that really isn't like gonna be conspicuous if we stop and eat, because we're all fucking hungry, is
Yeah.
Hungry
Waffle
too.
House.
You are also stricken with hunger, and you are exhausted as you feel this magic kind of drain you. You feel that awakening wear off.
Yeah, I could eat. I don't care where. I'll follow you guys.
Alright, sweet. There's one like, and I check my phone, and I'm like, about 5 blocks up to the right.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll follow you.
Going to the Waffle House.
Okay.
Yeah, boy.
All right. So, we pull up to the Waffle House. It's a very normal morning, at this time, it is about 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Hey, Damaris, can you get alerts when messages are sent to that GPS or when directions or anything is sent to that GPS?
Oh, fuck yeah. I made their security my bitch, dude.
Good. Make sure that you have alerts for when things are sent to it so we have a heads up.
Bro, it's already set up for mine, yours, and Eve's phone.
Well,
Also,
shit.
I'm gonna take a closer look at this burner.
Okay.
Nifty.
The burner phone just has the one number in it.
Were there any pictures?
There were not.
Okay.
Can it take pictures?
Is there
It cannot.
a SIM card in?
Is there a SIM card in it? We'll say yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna pull the SIM and then toss the phone.
Okay.
Did you
Clack, clack,
hold
clack,
on to
clack.
that number? Did you write that number down?
Yeah, it's already in my phone, dog.
Alright.
Remember the Google Doc that we had? I just added it to that, so you can do it through your phone. I know you're not very good with the phone. I can show you how to do it.
I mean, I have the drive. I can get to it from my phone, probably.
He can get to the Google if he tries.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So what do we order?
Bro, I'm getting the Grand Slam. Or whatever the fuck that thing is. The Big Breakfast Slam? What is that called? Denny's is the Grand Slam.
It's the God. I used to know it off the top of my head, and that made me sad.
All-Star Slammer?
All-Star, yes, All-Star.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
You walk in,
Shit's
the
fucking
smell of breakfast
Grease.
just makes you even more hungry. There's only like a couple people there since midday. There's not really a lot of business. It's more of a early morning, late night type of place. And it takes a few minutes for someone to get to you, but you sit down, you grab menus. The table's just a little sticky from some syrup.
Hey, Eve.
Hmm.
Is there anything you could do for my shoulder, by the way? I kind of point to like the hole. I'm just like, I kind of got shot a while back.
I can stitch it.
That'd be real nice. When we get out of
I mean, usually when I stitch people, they're not able to complain about it.
Look, fam.
So.
You went through medical school same as anyone else. I'm not dumb. You're fine.
Okay.
About that time, a rather older woman with like a dirty gray curly hair tied back and a visor.
A Waffle House waitress, we get it.
Mm-hmm. Skinny, looked like she smokes 2 packs a day.
Yeah.
Menthol.
She talks like this.
Her voice isn't
Honey,
actually.
how can I help you today?
What can I get for you, honey?
Surprisingly, no. It's more of a smoother voice. She walks up. She gets her pad out, and then she walks up, and she's like, "Okay, what can I get for you?" Holy shit, dude, are you okay? Looks at Damaris and the hole in his fucking shoulder.
Oh, I'm
That he's still
I'm
bleeding
pretty
out
alright.
of.
Can I get some napkins, please?
Holy fuck, can I get you an ambulance?
Please.
I'm
no.
a
Do you know how
medical
much those
professional.
cost?
He's fine.
Do you know how much those cost, dude? Nah.
She starts looking around. She's like, dude, you need to go to a fucking hospital. You can't be bleeding fucking all over my shit. I don't want to clean this up.
Alright, fine. Look, I'll make you a deal. Just give me a wad of fucking napkins so I can at least stop pouring out of my back, and I'll just walk outside.
Yeah, sure. All right. And she just grabs some out of her apron and hands them to you.
Hey, Eve, you want to help me out real quick?
Yeah, I'll give you a hand.
Thank you.
Do I know this particular establishment, like, directly? Would it have been a place that I might have been to before?
Nah.
I didn't think it was that massive of a hole. Jesus. What was it, a fucking 7625R blowing right through my goddamn shoulder?
There's just a hole the size of a fist.
It was an AK round.
Yeah, there's a lot of different AKs, man. There's a 5.56, which doesn't penetrate. 7.6254R, which fucking penetrates like a motherfucker.
Copper round.
Am I going to need to dig it out of his shoulder?
There's
No, it
nothing
went-
to
it
dig.
went-
You can see through his
Oh.
shoulder.
Oh, it
Yeah,
went right through. Okay.
like
I just
I'm gonna need to go to the hospital for sure at this point. Meantime, I need to be patched up so I'm not bleeding to death, please.
Okay.
I just look up at the waitress and set the menu on the table. I'll have a patty melt, some hash browns.
She's like she's looking at she's looking at Damaris, like handing him the
coffee.
napkins, and she just slowly goes, "I'm sorry, fucking what?"
Is this not?
Can I use some
Do
bullshit?
I not have food and coffee? Isn't that? That's why we came.
Sure.
Sounds right.
What do you want?
Thank you.
Oh fuck.
Can I use some of my
Yeah.
It's just like the tenacity of this
Alright.
motherfucker.
I would like to use, do you want me to name the spell?
Mhm.
I'd like to use my crown is called Deceit to hide the appearance of Damaris's wound from anybody in the vicinity.
Oh no, please just heal me for God's sake.
I can't do that.
Please don't do that because then even the doctors won't be able to see it.
No, just in this vicinity, just in Waffle House, so
Okay.
that nobody freaks out while we have our breakfast.
Look, for real
That
though,
might
I
be a
might
good
I
thing to
might
do prior
bleed
to
out
going in.
by the time we
I
get our
know.
food.
The grease will sop it up. It's fine.
It's fine.
Roll.
I'll patch you up nicely. D100? Or my identity.
Your identity.
Okay. $73 versus 46. Let me see if I can do anything to it.
can flip it with your noble.
Actually, fuck it. I'm gonna
No,
look
you
at
can
the
only
waitress and be like,
you
look,
can only flip it with your obsession.
What can my noble do?
Oh, you're right.
Your noble will let you re-roll, but you have to play it. You have to role play it as you're role playing a noble moment. But you'd only let you
Okay.
re-roll.
I think I can do that.
If you flip it, you basically have to justify your use of the magic and role play it accordingly. Because your obsession is now that magical identity. But
So since it's...
comes at a cost.
Go ahead. I know. It always
look,
does.
hold up. Just let me look at the waitress. I'm gonna be like, hey, look, I make you a deal.
No.
Call me an
This
ambulance, it'll
this
take
is this is all happening like that. She's already cast it. You can't unroll it. So
Did she roll
right now
my-
it's a fail.
Mm-hmm.
Did she write my order down?
But
Ye-
if I can't, I believe I can justify using my obsession.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, so obviously I want to not be deterred by a panic over his current state. I want to take the focus off of him so that we can go further without having to be delayed. And I think that going further is going to play into my obsession, so I can find out more info.
I'm gonna do what's kind of outside the rules and give you a little bit of a GM introspection.
Okay.
It would be more justifiable to relate it to her immediate outburst and her frustration over Ewan just asking for a meal while she's trying to help someone with a bullet wound.
Why we're here.
And that is an element of that energy that you can latch onto and control.
That's true.
So
That's true. I was considering that as well.
that would make more sense for your identity.
Okay. Okay.
So
Because
try again.
I can feel her getting upset. I can feel the anger in her at Gramps' audacity, which I relate to and understand, and I envy her a little bit for being able to so freely express it, and I want to snatch that from her a bit.
Okay. So that flips it to what number?
37.
37, yes.
And what was your verses?
46.
46. 37, 46. Okay. Now comes the cost.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Eve. You are seeing red in this moment. As once again, all of your friends and you this whole room covered in blood. The food, the tables, the floors, the waitress, Damaris, Ewan, they're all covered in blood. And you see Nell sitting at one of the bar stools, eating a stack of bloody pancakes. She's got scars all down her face. She's been stapled back together. It's like she's a Frankenstein. She's just sitting there just. Everybody else is acting normal. And you see that the waitress, she pauses at Damaris. Damaris, you're looking up at this waitress, right?
Yeah.
You can make an unnatural notice check.
<sighs> 26 of 50.
You see her shake her head a little bit, and her eyes get a little pink and bloodshot. And just the very tiniest of red veins on her eyelids and her eye sockets. And she just kind of just drops the napkins, grabs her notepad, looks at you and says, "You know what? Sure. What the fuck can I get you?" Looking at you and
Take a patty melt.
patty melt, gotcha. Patty melt.
The hash
Anything
browns.
else? Hash browns, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And she's like,
Can I get her
she's
back,
like,
Slammer?
she's digging into this fucking notepad. Slammer. Yeah, sure, you can get us fucking Slammer. You want anything to drink?
Coffee, please.
Coffee, got
Coffee
it.
would be nice.
Fucking coffee. Coffee. Yeah, coffee. Gotcha. How about you, miss? Would you like anything?
Steak and eggs. Rare steak over medium eggs.
Rare
Black
steak
coffee.
over medium eggs, black coffee. Fucking got it. Great. I'll be right back. And she
It's
walks
the
off.
best service I've ever had at a Waffle House. I don't even...
She walks off.
Yo, what the fuck just happened?
She left you alone. Let me finish patching up your shoulder.
Alright.
Now, Ewan,
Yeah.
you have to make an unnatural notice check.
$80 versus 45.
You don't see his bullet wound anymore.
Well, Damaris, you look better.
Alright. I look at my shoulder and I'm just like, are they fucking high? What did you do? I look at her. I'm just like, what did you do?
Just took care of the problem so we can get some food. Then we can deal with it.
Alright. As long as you patch me up, I really don't give a fuck right now.
I can
I
stabilize
think
him,
I'm
right?
about to pass the fuck
Yeah.
out.
Medical roll.
I'm
It
just
looks
gonna
good.
stabilize him. Okay, let me roll my medical.
I'm gonna die. Great.
For those who can't see, I just rolled a 99, which
Oh,
is
here,
a
I'll go
critical
ahead and roll
failure.
one up. You can see, they can see. Got a critical pass, and I'm gonna fucking die.
Can I re-roll with something?
God.
I think this does play into my noble because I don't think he deserves the bullet wound or to be harmed right now. So I think it would play into my noble of protecting those that don't deserve.
Ironically,
Rage
I
of wrath.
accidentally clicked status when I did that roll, and I passed my status check, so that's cool.
Hmm. Does he deserve it though?
I think of any of us, he doesn't deserve it.
You see, he does. And that's why at first I just want to. Because we all deserve it. Everyone deserves it. I just want. And I know he has it in him too.
Can someone just take me to the fucking hospital? I'm not
That's-
But
feeling very
no.
safe anymore.
But no. Then I decide,
Mm-mm.
no,
Nope.
I can't because he's my teammate.
Nope. You don't get to reroll.
Okay.
So, your knowledge of the human body and
Fails you immensely.
its nervous systems and everything. What do you use to patch him up with?
I usually have a first aid kit in my satchel, and that's always like slung over my shoulder.
Okay.
So it's got the
Stand
standard, some gauze, bandages.
So eventually, you see her, the audience, we see her taking the clamps and clamping different things, clamping arteries and sanitizing and doing different things just to stop the bleeding. You see her just kind of like, almost like she's just rubbing something off of his shoulder, and she keeps doing it over and over again. Like it'll be okay. It'll be okay. And she gives you like a little bit of a needle, and the pain kind of goes away, Damaris. And Eve, you kind of lose control in this moment. And you go digging.
I know there's got to be something there, and I want to find it. Just.
So, well,
Not getting our food after
Damaris, what are you doing right now? You just leaning back and letting her take care of it?
No.
The
I'm
pain
like, hey,
stops. The pain stops. It feels good.
yeah, that's the issue. That does not feel right. I'm like, hey, stop. I'm Ewan, take me to the hospital now. Make her stop now.
Wait,
I'm
what's
still going.
Make her stop now. I mean it.
Eve?
I try to
What
get
do
her
you
off
mean
my
there?
shoulder.
Damaris,
Stop.
Damaris, you look down.
Poking through the flesh,
You are bleeding
digging around.
immensely more than you were before.
Yeah, can I sock her?
If you want.
Kind of enraptured by it.
What do I roll for that?
Struggle.
Just hold still. I'm almost done. I'm just like eagle talon gripping your shoulder and digging through with my other hand. I might have abandoned the tool and I've just got my fingers digging in
seriously,
there.
make
What'd you get?
75 and 25.
So
Stop.
you go to reach across
Yeah.
and you hit her, but you're kind of so weak. It's like you hit her jaw and just your hand just kind of opens up like it doesn't have any strength. You feel yourself so tired and you don't know how much blood you've lost. And you're just kind of fading. And
I'm gonna attempt
it
to.
dawns on you you're fading.
I'm gonna
Ewan,
attempt
I'm
to
dying.
stand
Help.
up.
Seriously.
I'm gonna attempt to stand
Do
up
something,
and
you
grab
fucking
Evie
idiot.
by her
Doesn't stop me,
shoulders
does
and
it?
jerk her away.
It doesn't stop you.
I can't stop.
What are you doing,
I
Ewan?
have to keep
I'm gonna
looking.
attempt to stand up and grab her by the shoulders and pull her away from.
Okay.
Because for them to be doing this, I have to be sitting across the table from them. So
Yeah, struggle.
And I just look like I'm patting him, right, to Ewan?
Yeah.
I'm just patting him. What?
10 versus 35.
What do you want to do? You want to
I'm gonna grab her
Grab-
by the shoulders. If she's sitting on the outside, is she on the outside or is he? On the
She kind of
outside?
had to stand up and walk over and
Okay, I'm gonna grab her by the shoulders, shake her a little, and away.
Pull her the fuck off.
okay.
You're killing him, and just pull her off.
Eve. Let's see. Write the number 7 down.
Okay.
And I'll let you know what it goes to later.
There we go.
Okay. He pulls you off and you snap out of it.
What was that?
To go to a hospital now.
Yeah, that would have been a smarter idea, I think.
I'm gonna
Oh.
fucking shoot you as soon as I can. I swear on my life.
And
I'm
that
just
is
gonna
the moment he
fucking
blacks out.
Come on. We're getting him to the car. We're going to a hospital.
Ooh. I actually think I have to roll again.
But my
Okay.
steak and eggs.
Yeah, and my patty melt, but don't worry, his food would go uneaten because he's passed out. Help me get him to the car.
Fine.
You pick him up. You take him to the car. Whose car are you taking?
Mine.
So you're going to leave the SUV here? The Hummer?
No, I'm gonna drive it. It's got my cat and my sword and all my weapons and money in it.
Okay. So as you
I'm gonna
see...
pull up to the front of the hospital. You need to park in the parking lot.
That's fine.
So as we see both of them peel out, we see the very angry waitress walk around the bar with a big tray of food and coffee all in one tray.
No.
She walks and sees that you all just peeled out. She's like, "Motherfucker!" and slams the entire 3 meal trays up against the glass window and shatters all the plates.
Well, this is the day she gets fired instead of quits, I guess. I don't know what's on her, man. Should have at least left money.
And that is where we will pause our story. And hopefully we don't have another loss to this very fine group of role players. Thank you for watching.